Okay, so a very quick Q&A about your estimated Q position within the betting markets. Okay, so you'll have seen a tweet there. It wasn't submitted directly to the Q&A, although it is an important one. Since I was tagged in it on Twitter, I thought I'd bring it up. Several people have asked about it in the past, and it's an interesting topic. So, estimated Q position. There are problems with it. It could have a small amount of use as well, but I just want to explain what's going on here, because I think that there was a lot of people bewildered after that quick conversation on Twitter there. So what we're talking about, estimated Q position, as the name suggests, is basically the software, or most of the softwares anyway, Geeks Toy certainly does, has a function where it estimates your position within the betting queue. And then as the money is matched, it goes into the market, it will bring down the estimated position within the queue until the point where you should get matched. Obviously on a logical level it makes perfect sense, because then you can see where you think your money is within the market, you can limit your risk and manage your position and all that kind of stuff, which is all good trading. However, there is a problem with this function as well, and this is exactly what the guy was talking about in the question. So if, for example, you had a betting price of 4.0 and there was £1,000 of unmatched money on top of that betting price, and you come along and you place a £200 order on the top, that's all very well and good, because the software will say, okay, you've got an estimated position, £1,000 in is your order. Now, if there's another £500 added on top of your position, so you've got a total of £1,700 in the stack, in that unmatched money, waiting to be matched as the money comes into the market, and £200 is removed, the software cannot tell whether that £200 that was removed was before your order or after your order. So therefore, it's obviously not that accurate. Now, when you take into consideration all the things that actually happen within the betting market, and the people that are polling the market constantly with automation, some people are placing orders, removing and placing them, removing them and then putting orders back in to similar values, it all becomes a little bit more murky. So the software though can only tell how much money is in the queue and how much money was in the queue when you put your order in the market. It can't tell all this additional extra information and changes that have come to the market. To then add to that, worse still, there's cross-matching as well. Now, I'm sure that there'll be some of you will be scratching your head, what's cross-matching? I've spoke about it many times before. I'll put a couple of links in the comment section below. In fact, I think there's a video as well on YouTube. But basically, cross-matching is the process that Betfair use to add extra liquidity to a market, where mathematically they take bets from different places within the book and it ends up matching on alternate prices. So with that you get virtual bets, it depends on your settings, all that kind of stuff as well. But it just adds more smoke to the situation and makes things less clearer, which is less than ideal. So is estimated Q position of any use? I would say if you're learning to trade, if you're new and you want to get a feel for how the markets work, understanding with see the money ticking down and sort of like working out how you want to fit in with that, with your own trading style and strategy, then I certainly wouldn't deter anybody from playing around with it, using it a little bit, preferably in training mode. Although when it becomes serious and you start using real money, larger stakes, I wouldn't say it's a function that you can rely on. In fact, you can't necessarily rely on it, because like I say, money gets removed, it gets added back in, cross-matching's adding to the big picture as well, and then overall you could end up thinking that you are a lot closer to the bottom than you actually are, or even worse, thinking you're a lot further away from the closer to the bottom of the queue if the price is to move, and you're actually right at the bottom. So that kind of goes back on the whole reason for having it. Unfortunately, it's not that accurate. If it was, then it would be a really good tool to have. But that's just to summarise, my thoughts on it, what we was talking about there, an estimated Q position. So just to quickly give you a takeaway to remember, it can be useful if you're using it and just learning how the markets function and getting used to the software, etc., etc. But once you factor in cancellation of bets, cancellation and replacement of bets and cross-matching, then the water is made a lot murkier, and so it's not really one of those I would say you should rely on.